Did you know the soil in Arches National Park is alive? It's alive! That's right, the soil is teeming with life. They are called biological soil crusts, and in some places, up to 70% of the soil is alive, filled with lichens, mosses, fungi, and bacteria. But most importantly, blue-green algae. Yeah, algae in the soil. Blue-green algae is also known as cyanobacteria and is one of the oldest forms of life on Earth. Scientists think these were one of the first organisms to live on dry land, which makes a ton of sense if they're right at home in the dirt. Normally in a biological soil crust, cyanobacteria are dormant. That is until it rains. When the soil gets wet, they move through the soil, leaving behind gooey, sticky fibers. These fibers form a web that keep the soil together, creating a thick layer that has the consistency of the mat in your bathroom. Young crusts are flat and brown and can be a little hard to distinguish from bare earth, but older, more mature crusts are bumpy and black and can be thousands of years old. So, other than being cool, what's so great about a biological soil crust?
Hi, I'm Dr. Jennings, and let me tell you about why biological soils are so cool. So one of the most important things is how soils can help prevent erosion. So what we have here is this really beautiful soil profile. And what you can see is how this has really kind of gotten disturbed. And you can see the areas where the water has really flowed through them. That's erosion, right? But when you have vegetation like that on top, or even this little cholla over here, or like this tree over here, that really helps protect and hold in the water so that the erosion doesn't, disturb and impact the soil. Because what happens when a lot of erosion happens is that we're here in a stream bed, I can pull all of that sediment out of here and move it to somewhere else. And while that's important, it's in a good important movement of sediments, it's really important that we have vegetation here to stabilize that, because it can cause a lot of infrastructure damage to our homes. It can impact the water quality. So it's really important that we do have vegetation here to prevent erosion. Now, another really important part of soils is how they impact nutrients. And so we talked a little bit about erosion and kind of the water pushing all of these nutrients or all of these soils away. It can also have nutrient flow. Now, why are nutrients important? Nutrients help give vitamins to you and I, and to the plants, vegetation, to salchicha over there. So nutrients are really important, but we want to keep nutrients in the soil so that plants keep on growing. Water is a really rare resource, and so we have a lot of periods of drought, and when we do get rain, it can rain really, really intensely. So we want to have vegetation here to hold in that water when we do get it, because it is such a rare nutrient, or such a rare resource to have here. Soil biological crusts and living soils, those are really important not only for this plant, maintaining the plant structure, but also for the types of nutrient cycling that they have going in there. So when we talk about nutrient cycles, some of the biggest ones, the most important, are carbon and nitrogen cycling. And those are really important macronutrients that plants need, what we need. And plants are really important in help stabilizing them, and then helping the cycling that happens in the soil.
Unfortunately, we humans tend to destroy this super important but also super fragile ecosystem. How? Mountain bikes, ATVs, even your footprints can kill the soil, allowing the wind to scatter the microorganisms. Worst of all, it can take over 50 years for the soil to regenerate. Good news is, you can do your part in protecting living soils, and it's super easy. Just stay on the trails. And if you're on a bike or in a motorized vehicle, stay on the designated roads. Even if you're not in Arches and you're just going for a hike in your neck of the woods, stay on the trails. You don't want to get lost, and you certainly don't want to be that person who destroys a 1,000-year-old community of microorganisms. Want to learn more about our national parks? Then hit that subscribe button, friend. Stay up to date and catch bonus features by following us on Instagram @OutSCIder.